That's incredibly cool. What are you doing out here? You look like you're freezing. Let's get you inside. Come on. Come on, let's get you all warmed up. Welcome to my home, you guys. Let me show you around. And I promise you that it's not gonna take long, because if you look at my house, you can obviously tell that the whole size of my house is probably smaller than your bedroom. So let's get started. First, we'll start with the main common area. What? This is normally where I work. As you can see, I got the stand-up desk. Well, it's the best I could do with a stand-up desk. The table, and then the other table, which leads to the laptop. But this is where I normally take care of everything that I got going on. What you will also see is that in the back, this calendar actually helps keep me organized, and it's got every single video that I need to film for the week so far and when the videos are coming out, all that kind of jazz. And then there's this guy. What? It is my affirmation for this year, and the one that I'm using to call in this year. And an affirmation is just things in which you wish to call in, and the more that you say it, the more that you speak it, the more that you become it, the more that you embody it. And so my affirmation is, I'm a courageous, disciplined warrior driven by purpose and fueled by love. And really, guys, this is where all of the magic happens. Well, there's other magic that you'll see later, but this is where most of it goes down. This is my refrigerator. Welcome to the refrigerator. It's where I keep things as cool as cucumbers. But for the most part, in the refrigerator, we've got lots of things like nuts. I'm kind of going vegan, and I'm more headed in that direction. Like, I haven't ate meat since Thanksgiving, and I haven't really had any milk products or any sort of that. And so I find myself going on more of a vegan route. So you'll find lots of things like hummus, lots of things like peanut butter, different coconut milks, different almond milks for smoothies. But for the most part, in the fridge, all that we got is pretty much some whole foods, of like a lot of different whole foods, lots of different plants and all that kind of jazz. So this is where we eat. That's pretty much it for this main area. Other than that, you got the kitchen, but you have the fridge, you got my workspace, and you have all the plants and all that kind of jazz. And also, disclaimer, I was not the one to build this place. It was built and created by a beautiful woman named Patricia, and she did an excellent and phenomenal job in making this happen. And just wait till you see like the washroom, wait till you see the rest of the space, because it is absolutely gorgeous. And so for now, let's move on to where I chill, which is actually this space just below the loft. This is kind of the chill area. This is where a lot of different things go down. Lincoln and I usually will do a couple movie nights. And for the most part, since it is an incredibly small space, and if I'm usually up at about 4:30, 5:30, and when Lincoln is still sleeping, this is usually where I take care of like the morning routine, take care of the reading, take care of the coffee, take care of the meditating, take care of pretty much all of the things that happen here. And yes, no judgments, I still have a Christmas tree up, and yes, it's January 11th, and I know, and I'm probably gonna leave it up for just a little bit longer. I enjoy the festiveness of it. Check out this incredible view that we got out here. This is the view from the window. And so what's in the background is you can see the lake, you can see the bird feeders, you can see there's the gardens over there. And really, it's so beautiful just to sit here and just watch the birds feed. We often see deer coming and feed. We see so much happen over here. It's just incredibly beautiful. This is the spot in which I meditate. This is kind of like where I keep what my purpose, what my mission, what all that kind of stuff is. And this is also the space where I'm reminded by this little affirmation here. Look, you see that? It says, one step at a time. It says big things happen in small steps, and that's something that sometimes I forget. And so in this little corner, it's great to remember that everything that I want and everything that I desire is really coming, and it's really begins by what I do every single day. What I do every day leads me to that big thing that I want to create. Now that we're pretty much done with this loft space, let's move on to the washroom. So the washroom is quite impressive for such a tiny space. Like, it's got a gigantic bathtub, it's got a compostable toilet, it's got all that kind of jazz, so I can't wait to show you around. So let's scoot on over to that space, and on the way we'll show you where Lincoln's toys are kept. For the most part, living in a tiny space, you get to get really incredible at where you hide toys and where you put toys, especially with a toddler. So for example, like you see that I hide toys under there, there's toys over there. We ended up getting this huge chest, and this chest that sits there where I can keep my workout stuff on top. But for the most part, like all the different toys are just hidden. They're all hidden there, and you get to get incredibly creative at where these toys and where you put the toys and where you store things, to be honest. Like there's different paintings and all these drawers are filled with different things and all that kind of jazz. So let's move on to the washroom and get that checked out. So as you can see, it's pretty small, but for like the size of the washroom itself, it has everything you need. For example, this is the toilet. So this toilet is way different than most.
So it's a compostable toilet. So there's actually no flushing, there's no nothing, and all of the poop actually begins to stay inside. So if you look and come with me, everything gets stored in here. So what ends up happening, and yes, I have had a couple of leaks. There actually have been a time where I have, like, the toilet is leaked because I peed too much in it, but for the most part, it's all compostable, it's totally green, and everything goes and stays in there.
And the cool thing about this toilet is that it's completely clean. Like there's no smell to it, there's no flies, there's no bugs, there's nothing. Because like when I first came in, it's a huge drone by the way, when I first came in I was like, oh my gosh, it's a compostable toilet, should I take the place, should I not do it? Like what's gonna happen, because it's gonna leak everywhere, all this stuff is gonna happen, it's gonna smell like an outhouse, all that kind of jazz. And so far I've lived here for since October, and it's now January, and there hasn't been any smell, any sort of leaks, any sort of bugs. And so other than that, this compostable toilet is wicked, it works wonders, and it's absolutely incredible. This is where I shower, this is where I get clean, this is where I get fresh. And so there's a trade-off here, living in a tiny space. I don't think it was developed for a person who's 6'3", 6'4", and or at least the shower wasn't. So when I'm in the shower, I actually gotta bend down in order to get the water on my head in order to take care of that sort of stuff. So I just gotta bend my knees a little bit, because if I stand up straight, my head actually touches the roof there, and it touches the roof there. And so that is the only trade-off in this space of me being too tall, is just the shower. This is my washer and dryer. It's a 2-in-1 combo. And if you know anything about having a toddler, you'll know that you'll be having pasta one night. Pasta will be all over his face, all over his hands. He'll want to come give dad some love. And so he hugs me, rubs his face in my shirt, gives me kisses, and gets everything incredibly dirty. And so we go through a lot of laundry. And one thing that I'm incredibly blessed about this space, and especially everything in it, is that it's all eco-friendly. Like this washer dryer is eco-friendly. The whole space is ran on solar energy, compostable toilet, well water, all that kind of jazz. So it's super green and super friendly and awesome, and really it's incredibly clean, and it helps make me feel good about kind of the impact I'm having on the environment. Now head up to the final space, the loft. This is where Lincoln's supposed to sleep. This is where I sleep. And this is where Lincoln sleeps. He's actually supposed to sleep back there. But little man wakes up every single night and just wanders into my bed. Like, I'll be totally passed out. Like, it's come to the point where I don't even hear him. But I wake up and he's just next to me. He's just sleeping right there. It's the most beautiful thing I've ever experienced. But like, that's where he's supposed to sleep. That's where he sleeps. And so up in the loft, that's pretty much all that we got. We got the lamp over here. We got the bookcase. We got some books, some plants. But this is pretty much the loft space. It is a beautiful little wicked space. Probably one of my favorites. I was a little bit concerned on like Lincoln sleeping up in the loft, just because you have to go down those gnarly stairs that are over there in order to get down to the main space. But so far Lincoln has only had one incident where he fell like 3/4 of the way down. He fell down the rest of the stairs, but for the most part he climbs up and down them like a boss, yo. So this is the loft. This is where the magic, the other magic happens. Now for the most part, this is where the rest, the recovery, this is where the sleep happens. For those of you wondering, where are my clothes? Like, where's my dresser? I don't know if you noticed this big green chest that was over here, but this is actually where all of my clothes are stored. And so all of my clothes are stored up in here for the most part, and then down below we got the pants. We also got some of Lincoln stuff as well on top too. And so living in the tiny space, I definitely had to make some adjustments. Like, I had to get rid of some clothes that I wasn't wearing. I had to get rid of some furniture that I had. Like, I used to have a couch. I used to have all of that kind of stuff when I used to live in my 1-bedroom apartment. And so moving here, like, this was the size of my bedroom. This was literally the size of my bedroom. And so I really got to become aware of, like, what do I need? And really, the tiny house has taught me that I don't need much. Like, I really just need a couple of outfits. I really need to stay warm, all those kind of clothes, but I don't need much for anything. Like, I don't need much furniture. I don't need much space. I don't need as many things to fill this space either. And one thing that you probably noticed is that I don't actually have a TV in here. So I don't have a TV, and every week whenever I have Lincoln, it's usually when we watch him, we have usually a movie night together. But for the most part, keep it super simple, and everything that we need is in this space. And that's pretty much it, guys. You got the whole tour. You got the washroom, you got the compostable toilet, you got the loft bed tour, you also got the main little chill area, and you noticed all of the beautiful plants that were around. So that's one of my other favorite things about this space, is all of the greenery and all the plants. It definitely makes me feel alive and awake and alert. So now what we'll do is we'll go show you around outside, because it is absolutely gorgeous out there and there's so much to see. You read that right, it's minus 25. Not gonna lie, it was minus 35 this morning, minus 40 with the wind chill. So it's pretty cold here, but at least it stopped snowing. Hey, so let's take you a little around on a little tour of the property and what is actually out here, because we're on an acreage. I think there's about 55 acres. There's a lake. There's so many beautiful things. So let's start with that. So this is the fire pit, but as you can see, it's kind of snowed in, and there's been a lot of snow, probably about, as you see there, I don't know, a foot of snow in the past couple of days. So this is normally where we'd have fires, but yeah, kind of hard to when it's covered in snow. This is by far my favorite spot on the property. These are the bird feeders, and so you see the black-crested chickadees. I've literally spent probably 3 hours just like sitting there with them and letting them fly into my palms and fly into my arms. But it's one of my favorite spots because you can just sit here for hours and just watch, like, I think there's 10 of them, just come eat, fly away, peck at it, and that kind of stuff. This is the garden. This is where we grow the fruits and the vegetables and everything like that. But obviously it's winter, so I can't really grow anything. But technically, we're always planting metaphorical seeds everywhere we go with our minds and our thoughts. So this is where I plant mine. This is the outhouse. This is where if I drink way too much water for that little compostable toilet, I gotta come out here in minus 35 and pee. But hey, it sure looks beautiful. This is my freezer. Freezers are normally for freezing food, but I like to freeze myself in ice baths. So this is where I do that. This is my clothesline. It's where I hang all my clothes and stuff out to freeze. This is the lake. My property is just over here. But this is the lake. Isn't it just gorgeous? So that was my home, and that was a look into my house and what that looks like and what the tiny house actually looks like. So thank you so much for watching, and now I ask that you leave, you go back to your own warm space, and you get cozy during these minus, holy smokes, we're almost in, we're going down, minus 30 miles per hour, we're going down, yo. So remember to subscribe to the video just by clicking that big red button. Please do that below, click it. Turn the little bell icon for notifications of when new content comes out for you to watch, so you can laugh, so you get entertainment. I look forward to seeing you on the next video. So much love, light, gratitude sent your way. Thank you so much. And also, comment below, what was your favorite part from the video? Comment down, favorite part. Do it. Bye. See you guys next time. So much love. Stay alive. Stay alive.